Hi there, my name is Fawn Anderson and I have a company called Hear My Heart Books. Our concept of assisted help starts by giving children and youth a voice, a way to express themselves. Through the input of our professional focus group made up of counselors, teachers, and child psychologists, we have now developed an excellent resource for professionals and anyone who works with and counsels children. The transfer of knowledge and information is made easy through storytelling, productive dialogue, and interactive activities. When kids experience our resources, they learn about safety and assertiveness, as well as helpful people and agencies within their community. The activities build a capacity for increased critical thinking and problem-solving skills. The stories from our crisis management series are written to help children through social issues that affect them, such as gang affiliation and feelings of abandonment that lead to anger, as outlined in the story about Jay. This story addresses the need for Jay to feel accepted from his dad, and when that becomes impossible, Jay learns to appreciate the love he has from his mother and his sisters, and that, in effect, turns to his self-acceptance. Good afternoon, children. Today we're going to continue the story of Jay. We're going to read chapter 3. It's called Ups and Downs. Here, my little crony, Daybird threw a red cap at Jay. He promised Jay he would trade it in for a real head wrap one day. Forget about flight school. You have to start blood feather training, Daybird tweeted. Wow, I'm going to be a real blood feather one day, Jay chirped. I'll get my own head wrap and I'll never take it off. Wow, I'm going to be a real blood feather one day, Jay chirped. I'll get my own head wrap and I'll never take it off. Don't peck thoughts like that into his thinker, Maybird cawed. Tut tut! Daybird waved his wing at her to get her to leave them alone. Birds of a feather flock together. Remember that, Jay, Daybird tweeted. Jay loved to hear stories about the blood feathers and how they scare off the big furs. He dreamed of flying with the blood feathers every day and night. Jay felt so happy and safe. Now he didn't have to worry about Fatty Catty. He felt like doing the bird dance. Okay, everybody, today we're going to do an activity page that goes with the page that we just read when we were talking about Jay doing the happy dance. So we're going to do an activity where I want you to draw or cut out of a magazine your own happy dance. We're going to look at the word happy and we're going to talk about what does happy feel like? And if it was a color, what color would it be? What makes you happy? And when have you felt like doing the happy dance? What do you want to be one day? And what stories do you love to hear about? The Angie book deals with issues such as her younger sister being placed in foster care, which in their world is the Fosterfowl family, because of her mother's struggle with addiction. Angie is forced to grow up early when she finds she cannot depend on her mother. When Angie is touched inappropriately by one of Mother's friends, she tells Mother, hoping that she will look out for her. Her mother doesn't believe her. Angie then talks to a teacher who intervenes. The intervention helps her mom realize she has to change for her children's sake. But the worst was when Maybird turned into a bad egg after she drank the black water. Maybird didn't cry, and she didn't shake her tail feathers wildly, and she didn't tweedle. No, when Maybird acted like a bad egg, she was real mean. Sometimes she caught at Angie, and sometimes she winged her. She blamed Angie for all the bad things that had happened to them. When Maybird acted like a bad egg, Angie felt scared and sad and guilty all at the same time. Angie always protected Tina from Mum when she was like this. That made Maybird more angry. The next day, Maybird would apologize to Angie and tell her that it wasn't her fault and that it would never happen again. Angie's tail feathers felt heavy because she felt that it was her fault, and as much as she wanted to believe Maybird, she knew that it would happen again. It had happened before. Angie didn't know what to do. She was one hurting bird. So what I want to talk a little bit about today is abuse. And can anybody give me a definition of what abuse is to you, what it means to you?
When someone deliberately hurts my feelings.
Absolutely, that is a form of abuse. Very good. We know that there's many types of abuse. Abuse is when one person hurts another person. Hurting people physically or mentally, as you just described, or sexually are all types of abuse. Can anyone tell me where Angie might go to get help?
Well, she might go to the police, or even just talk to her teacher or her principal, someone she trusts.
Very good, Billy. And in fact, you know what we're going to work on this afternoon is we're going to come up with a list of places that people can go, people that are abused or that are being abused. So let's start on that. Okay, class, so now that everyone's had a chance to do the activity, could you hold up for me your description or your definition of abuse? And I'm going to write a few of them on the board. Okay. Name calling, absolutely. Anyone else? Excluding, yes. And let's put one more up here. That's a very good one. Lying to get someone in trouble, yeah. So the definition of abuse becomes expanded. It's more than hitting, it's more than physical abuse, it's more than sexual abuse, it's verbal abuse. It's several, it's ways that we deliberately attack or make someone feel bad. So very good, and I appreciate all of your cards. All of the stories are written in a real life format, and none of them really have a happy ending. But at the end of the story, there's always a theme of hope. And that's what I think is most important for the kids, is that people can change and they can work on their addictions. And when things don't turn out the way that we want them to, we can still appreciate what's around us.